Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say, before I start my videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. And I promise y'all, it's nothing on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. All I ask is for one thing, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's it. And I want you to stay out the way because it's the new wave. It's the new way to be. It's the new way to live. And if you're not living like this, then you are in the way. You are in the way, man. If you still living to go to jail, man. Like, who want to live a life like that, man? I'm just out here living every day to go to jail or even worse. Like, who can live a life like that, man? Like, even though I got in trouble, I never lived that type of life. And I wouldn't want to live that type of life, man. Like, especially as an adult. If you're an adult out here and you got a hold over your life, that you can just leave your situation and go to somewhere better if it's possible, man, you need to do it, man. Because right now, if you just out here in the streets just living, just to go to penitentiary, man, you are in the way, and that's not a life. That's not a life, man. Stay out the way. Come over here with us. It's the new wave, like I'm telling y'all, man. You want to come over here and be a guy that's not getting in trouble. You're going to outlast all the dudes that's getting in trouble, man. I'm on the side of the line with dudes ain't getting in trouble, man. I'm trying to be out here for the rest of my life because I already missed a lot of my life, man. You guys out there throwing rocks at penitentiary, but maybe you can gamble with your life. I can't, man. So I'm going to stay out the way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, subscribe this way, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Scammed in Prison. Crazy story, man. Crazy situation, man. But it can happen to the best of us, man. Like, you got to kind of be aware. You got to kind of be able to keep your head on the swivel for people in penitentiary and for people outside of penitentiary, man. Because I'm telling you, man, like, snake activity comes from all angles, man. It don't got to just be prison. It can come from all angles. So you must be on point, man. That's the best advice I can give you. So with that being said, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We are on Lawrenceville. And I can remember being in 60 building for this one, man. I'm kind of out the way. I'm chilling. I'm minding my business. I was in a predicament where I was like, I'm not going to get another phone because I had a phone when I was in 30 building, but now they sent me back to 60 building. I'm over there like, man, I wasn't even trying to get a phone, but a phone fell in my lap. Now with a phone falling in my lap, that was the thing that kind of like was kind of frightening me a little bit because like I kind of didn't really know how to operate on that side of the yard like I knew how to operate it in 30 building side of the yard. Like I knew that building, I had dudes I can go to hold it, hide it, do all of the above when it comes to getting rid of a phone. But over there, it was like I would have had to open up, you know what I mean, the secret up to a bunch of people that I didn't probably want to know what was going on. So that's why in the beginning, when I was in 60 building, I kind of didn't really want a phone. But when I say one fell in my lap, it fell in my lap, y'all, to the point like this, man. My homeboy from 80 building, that's from my town, man, he was about to go home. So like when I moved to 60 building, he'd been over there in 80 building for a while. So when he seen me, you know, I used to go outside and kick it with him. He was all right, like, but I went in the building with him. So it wasn't really nobody he rocked with because he had a job. He just to be moving around doing him. He won't get in no trouble because he's about to go to the street. The whole time, bro had a jack, man. It's like for real, man. When he came to me at lunch that weekend before he was going home on that Tuesday, and he was like, look, bro, just send my sister $200, man. You can get this junk, man. I'll get my man, my roommate to give it to you when I leave. And when he said that, man, I looked at that flip phone, y'all. I had to do it. I had to do it, man. I was just saying to myself, I didn't want a phone. For a lot of reasons, man. I'm on a whole new different land. You know what I mean? I got a roommate that I don't know about. Like, so I'm like, yo, look, for real, man. I was like, man, my roommate cool. But I'm like, man, I don't know. He was like, you don't want it for $200? He was like, man, them dudes in there. He was talking about some other dudes that he rock with. I ain't gonna say no names on that either. He was like, man, they just got their hand out, they ain't do nothing for. They want me to lead them for. I ain't lead. I'm telling him I'm selling it to a dude in 30 bill. But he was like, I'll give it to you for 200, bro, because they ain't even bought the money. So I'm like, for real, man? He like, yeah. I was like, man, look. I said, bro, hold that joint, man. I said, I'm gonna let you know in the morning at breakfast, man. I said, let me see what's going on. I said, but I'm gonna let you know. Let me see what I can do. He was like, look, I'm gonna hold it to the morning. He was like, after that, you know what I mean? You know I'm going on Tuesday, so you know what I mean? I was like, all right, bet. So I told bro, I'm gonna get back with him. I shoot back to the pod. You know what I mean? I look at my roommate, man. Like, my roommate was cool. He just was a dude that never left the cell like that. So like, I felt like I could tell him the secret. You know what I mean? But like, I still felt like, you know what I mean? Like, I might want to just play past them for the time being, because you never know how people act when you got a phone. So I was like, man, so I already made the decision. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, man. So I went and hopped on the wall phone, man. And I called my peoples, man. I got the 200 car. I got the 200 green dot, man. Like, it fell in my lap, y'all. That was for the low. You know what I mean? Bro probably just wanted to get an extra pair of shoes with 200. Like, he ain't really care about that jack. Like, I didn't even know he had a jack. You know what I mean? So I made the play. I catch him the next morning. He see me. I'm like, yo, bro, look here. He was like, what's this? I said, those the numbers. He said, was it good? I said, yeah. He said, I ain't even gonna cash him, so I get on the street. I'm like, bro, you know, coming from me, that's a lot, bro. You know what I mean? He said, bro, catch me at lunch, man. You already know the count. I said, all right, bet. So when lunch came around, I seen bro, he waited for me because they building 8 before, 60 building, 80 building was already in there. So he waited for me. I come out, he see me. You know what I mean? He was like, let's deal. So I ain't even eat the tray. I just walked straight out the door with him. So me and bro walking back around the bend, getting back to 60 building. He passed his building, so he walking with me. Because 80 building is first, leaving the child hall on that side of the yard. So we passed his building. He's like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, you about to be straight too. He was like, and I just paid the bill. So you got a whole fresh 26 days before the bill due. You know, it's the beginning of the month. I'm like, I know, bro. I was like, for real, bro. Appreciate you, man. He was like, look, man, don't let none of them suckers get you tricked up. I said, bro, you already know I'm a veteran on Lawrenceville. I said, I just ain't want to get no jack because I was, you know what I mean? I'm used to 30 building, bro. I don't really know them dudes over there. So he was like, man, look, a lot of old timers. He was like, man, look, just be careful with it. You'll be straight. You know what I mean? So, bro, act like he was hugging me. When he was hugging me, he put it in my coat pocket, like an inside joint. He threw it in the joint, man. I was like, when that joint hit my pocket, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I was standing there. We was like at the roadblock by 70 building. He got to go back this way. I'm walking 70 building coming out to eat. I got to wait for them to finish. They walk to 60 building. I'm standing there with the joint in my coat, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I promise you, man, like I had looked down. Like, you know, I was just checking to see if like the print had looked crazy on it. Like in the inside of my pocket, it didn't though. When I looked down, I promise you, man, that junk looked like it was like gold. It looked like it was glowing. That junk looked like it was, I was like, I tried to keep my cool. I was like, all right, bro, that be easy out there on the streets, man. I kept looking down like, yo, glowing. I'm like, man, be easy, bro, man. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna holler at you, bro. I see that junk glowing again. I start walking back to the building. I'm like, man, this junk locked, y'all. So boom. I was happy for the time being, man, but I had to be careful. So my first part of being careful was, this is what I done. Old head that I rock with, man, that sleep downstairs. All he do is go out and play pinochle. His celly work in the kitchen. So I have asked to borrow his cell a few times that a dude next door used to let me use the jack. And I'll shoot at his junk to use the jack. So I holler at him. You know what I mean? Old head ain't gonna say nothing. I let him know the count. Look, I ain't really trying to let my roommate know what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Let me go ahead and use the jack, man. He was like, all right, you good. Just put the cut up. You know what I mean? He slept all the way right before the handicap, the cell, right before the handicap. The handicap was on the back of the pod, but he slept before you hit the corner. And like, he just had his cut up the whole time on his door. I just go on the jump. His roommate gone. He had the cut up on his bed already. I just get on his jump. He won't dirty. I'll lay on the jump, be on the jack behind the cut. So that's how I was using it the first couple days. I would lock down with it and have it in my little pouch in my sweatpants, you know what I mean? Or sitting on the side of my bed. I wouldn't use it with him in there. I just didn't trust him. Bro. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, he was all right, but like, I didn't trust him for that, man, for some reason, man. So like I was the first couple of days was fun, but still I wasn't comfortable with the joint, man. So like the next day roll around, you know what I mean? The next day roll around, I'm just like, damn, I got a jack, man. I'm gonna make do of it how I gotta do. So now I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna put a play together because I don't really want to have a jack for no reason. So I'm just trying to get back in tune with everybody that's supposed to get back in tune with, calling everybody. Y'all know how it is when you get a jack. That's what I'm doing. So I promise you, man, I'm sitting in the cell, chilling. Got the jack, my roommate out in the pod. Lady come on the intercom. Wilson. I was like, I heard the jump. I was like, yo, because like usually we got the jump covered up. Like when you, like I told you, they can come in y'all joint and listen. And if you ain't got your jump covered up, they can hear you on the jack. You know what I mean? So a lot of dudes, we put they'll put the speed stick tape from the deodorant on it and wet some toilet paper, put some toilet paper on that junk. Once you wet the toilet paper and smack it over top of the speaker joint, it'll get hard, pause, and it'll cover the holes on the speaker. And that blocks from hearing it. But I would always keep like a little crack. And I tested it out one time, like trying to talk to the lady through the junk, but I had just a little crack and she couldn't hear me. So I can hear them sometimes though. So I'm on the joint, I hear Wilson. It sounded all compressed. Wilson. I'm like, I get up, I'm like, I move the joint. I'm like, who you looking for? She was like, Wilson. I was like, oh, that's my roommate. I was like, what's up? She was like, tell him go on, pack up and take his stuff to property. He getting transferred tomorrow. I'm like, for real? She like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell her. I step out the door, I see him. He down there at the table. I'm like, hey. I said, hey, bro. The lady in the booth looking for you, bro. She said you getting transferred tomorrow. He was like, for real? I'm out of here. He came up with stuff like this. He was like, he was super happy, y'all. That's my word. He hit the corner. He was like, he got to the top. He was like, throw my trash bags down. Throw the trash. Oh, I'm coming. Oh. He didn't know what to do. I said, bro, you just ran from downstairs. I said, go get your trash bag. So he went back downstairs. She dropped his trash bags out the booth. He grabbed them jumps. He come back up the steps super happy. He like, hey, I'm gone. T-Weezy, I'm gone. I'm like, you gone, bro. Like, I was happy. Like, the whole time dapping him up, I'm happy you gone on the low. If he could read my brain, that's what my brain was saying. I'm happy you gone on the low, y'all. So, boom. Bro was out of there, man. Bro got transferred the next day. He went and packed up that day. And he was out of there the next morning. Bro level had dropped. So he was going to an open dorm level 2. I think he went to Baskerville. You know what I mean? That's an open dorm level 2 shot. So he was good. Like, I know he was happy. He didn't have long left. Now he's in a situation where he's in a lower level. So, you know, that's just a part of your bid. It happens like that. You know what I mean? So he's out of there. So Lawrenceville ain't like sus is like instantly you're going to get a roommate and all that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But dudes that roll for a minute, like, it'd be crazy. Like, I don't know why Lawrenceville like that. So when my roommate left, I promise y'all, man, I had a whole week and a half. I was in the cell dolo for a week and a half. Dolo, man, my homeboy's 229 from 70 building, coming over to my joint. We in my joint, I'm dolo. Ain't nobody on the top bunk, I'm dolo. You know how I feel to be dolo, man? I got the jack and I'm dolo. It was a beautiful thing, man. I promise you, man, I'm in the cell chilling. I went and got my own little party. I had me a little bit of Lala, and I went and bought me 2 cups of wine from the old head. I was chilling. I was out the way. So I'm in the cell, my own little personal party. I'm in the junk behind the cut. You know what I mean? I'm texting. You know what I mean? And my flip phone was kind of like a newer flip phone because it was moving. Like I could see moving little bit, certain videos move. So like I'm behind the cut, messing with the phone. You know what I mean? Got my little drink, then messing with the la-la. So I'm good, I'm chilling. Man, next thing you know, man, I hear somebody say, I hear the police noise. You know, I'm dirty, I get up. Got the jump where I grab the phone, I'm like, go to the door, I look, I'm like, you see our slider open. The slider just open, dudes looking, everybody in the pod looking. Next thing you know, you see the cop coming in. I'm the only cell that's open in the pod. See the cop come in. But it's the police pushing the cop. You know what I mean? He like, man, come on. Come on, little man, come on. I hear him say that, I'm like, so I step out, I'm like, I get on the team, I'm like, see the little short dude coming in, you know what I mean? See a little brown skin dude coming in, little slim dude, he come in, joint, he looking. Cause I guess they already told him like you going upstairs, you know what I mean? So he looking, he like, he spot me. I'm right there by the door, so I guess he like, that's my roommate. So he come up the steps. He was like, who in this cell? I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, oh, what's up, man? He was like, man, what's up, man? Fruit, man. I was like, oh, what's good, bro? Weezy, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, shh, man, I'm just happy, man, to be out the hole, man. He said, man, I was in the hole. They had me on susses in the hole, bro. He was like, man, I had to beat my case. He was like, I was up for transfer. You know what I mean? He broke it down like, and this how they'll railroad you in that joint too, man. He was like, he was up for transfer. And you know what I mean? His roommate, he was like, they found a knife inside their vent. You know what I mean? It was like an annual shakedown. They found a knife in their vent. Bro said he won't into nothing. He was staying out the way. He didn't need no knife or none of that, man. So like they locked both of them up, him and his roommate, because he was saying the knife wasn't theirs. They both were saying that, man. Long story short, like they fought it until he said he appealed it and fought it till he couldn't fight it no more. And he said he beat it because the knife was old, rusted, all of that, man. So it's like, y'all know those Lawton dudes was in Sussex like before we was there. So they had stuff stashed all over that prison, man. Dudes was going down on Sussex for they old stash boxes, man. So like, he beat the jump, man. So he was in the hole the whole time. So when he get out, you can tell he was in the bin. Young boy, he ain't really have a full beard, but he slightly wolfed out a little bit. So he come in the jump, he like, man. He was like, man, I've been hearing about Lawrence. I was supposed to be here, man. He said, I was supposed to be here last year. He said, man, they drugged me back there. So he tell him, I'm like, man, you good. So he come in the room. He put his stuff up, you know what I mean? He got himself together. After he got himself together, you know what I mean? He was like, bro, look, man, I'm about to hop in the shower. Like, go ahead. So I dipped. You know what I mean? Me and the phone dipped. I got out his way, y'all. So boom. I slid. I go downstairs, call up my man. Yeah, bro just got here. I was like, I don't even know where bro from. I ain't even asking. I was like, he ain't from the town. So I don't know. I ain't seen no dudes pull up on him. You know what I mean? So I don't know where bro from. So he like, man, I don't know either. So goddamn, bro went and got his shit. He went hop in the shower, he chilled. I ain't see nobody pull up on him like they know him or nothing. So that showed me right there he wasn't from Richmond and he really wasn't from Tidewater. You know what I mean? Because I told y'all those be the signs when dudes first come in the block. So he go hop in the shower, I give him his time, I get out the way. So it's time to lock down. I go in the cell. So with him being in the cell, that kind of throw it off a little bit, man. But I couldn't expose on the first shot that I got a phone. I just felt like I couldn't do it. I felt like I couldn't do it, man. So that whole time we was locked down, that's when I asked bro where he was from. You know what I mean? Bro told me he was from Williamsburg. You know what I mean? So he was like, he got locked up on some BS. You know what I mean? He was like, he trying to get out. He trying to beat his appeal. He had 22 years. You know what I mean? Emmett Smith game. He was like, he trying to beat his joint on appeal. He just got locked probably about 6 years ago. That's he sent him straight to Sussex because of his charge. So he been up there. So he asked me like, what's going on up here? Is it how it is, man? Like I've been hearing the la-la all over the place. I'm like, bro, the la-la is all over the place, bro. Speaking of the la-la, bro, I'm about to roll up now. So after they counted, I rolled up. Bro was super happy, you know what I mean? I hit the jolly, bro. He for now, he seemed like he was cool. So when we come out at the count, bro go down there and use the phone. Bro go use the wall phone. So bro on the wall phone, I see like he was talking to somebody. So as I'm out there, I come out. I always come out and mingle. I don't always be stuck in the cell unless I have to, you know what I mean? So I come out and mingle for a second. He seen me. He was like, hey, Weezy, hey, come here. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, look, tell my mama, man, she don't believe, man, that I'm at Lawrenceville, man. I said, it's on the recording, ain't it? He was like, nah, tell her. I'm like, he give me the jack. I'm like, hello? She said, oh, hey, baby, so you the guy that my son been telling me about, huh? I'm like, what did he tell you about me? She was like, oh, it wasn't nothing bad. He just told me that you a good roommate, that's all. She was like, is my son in good hands? I was like, what you mean in good hands? Like, what are you talking about? She was like, I'm just saying, like, you know, he young. He gonna make dumb decisions. So, like, can you just please look out for him? I said, listen, man, I just met your son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know we're gonna still be. She was like, nah, keep him in the room with you. Keep him in the room with you, baby. Like, I promise you, it'll work out for y'all. Trust me on that. So I'm like, that was crazy. All right, nice to meet you. I nice to meet you on the phone back. He was like, well, dude's cool, ain't she? I was like, yeah, she cool, bro. You know what I mean? So we locked down. So I go back in the pod and chill for a minute, then we lock back down again. So we lock back down. Bro whip his photo book out. Bro start showing me the pictures. So he started showing me the pictures. He's like, this is my mama right here. So his mama was kind of like a big lady. I ain't even gonna lie. She was like a big lady, slightly. You know what I mean? She was 200, you know what I mean? Slightly big, kind of tall, slightly. But she wasn't ugly at all, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But she was kind of big lady, man. You know what I mean? So he started showing me the pics. I see the pics of my Aunt Dukes. So like, I ain't even gonna lie. After about a week of being in the cell with him, man, like it's getting to the point now. I'm like, yo, I done mess with the la with bro. Like he get out my way. He ain't really a dude that's in the way. I'm like, man, I gotta use this jacket certain times, man. So it'd be like that on Lawrenceville when you have to do stuff like this. So I say, yo, bro, listen. He was like, what's up? I said, look, man. I said, see where the police at. He got up. He went to the door. He was like, they just went out. They in 31 pod. I said, yo, look, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Look, I went to John. He was like, you got a phone, Weezy? I was like, yeah, listen, bro, chill. I said, look, I have a phone. I said, but I'm not like the average dude with a phone, though, bro. I said, really, I treat this phone, bro, like this is my little baby brother. Like, I'm watching him all day. Like, I'm the guardian. Like, this is how I treat this Jack, man. This is how much I love this Jack. So I'm just giving him the example of how much I really would, you know what I mean? How much I really love this phone. He's shaking his head. He listening. He understand. I'm like, yo, look, bro, so this ain't no game. Basically is what I'm saying. This ain't no game. If I want to have games and fun with it, I said, I can. You know why? He was like, why? I said, because it's my phone. So look, let's get that understood. I said, you look cool. I said, you look like you cool, bro. I said, but look, though, like dudes be crazy maniacs when it comes to this phone. So I was like, look, that's why I'm letting you know now. This is my phone. This is not your phone. I can have fun if I want to. And I said, I really do. And I said, if I want to have fun, that's my prerogative. You know what I mean? I said, now you can't have fun on this, bro. Like, this is not for that. So I'm just letting you know I got one if I don't gotta like kind of hide it from you no more. He was like, I respect that, man. I respect that too, Weezy. I respect that, man. I was like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I said, a time like this, I said, I ain't doing nothing. You gotta use it. He was like, yeah, I gotta use it. I was like, here, I threw it to him. He was like, I was like, get on my bed, bro. So he got on my bed and I kind of went to the door and I just held him down. And I'm just standing at the door, just kind of just being nosy, just watching what's going on. So he on the jack behind me. So he on the jack. He called Mom Dukes immediately. So he like, hey, Mom, hey, look. And I could hear his mom, because you know, like when I jump quiet, like you can kind of hear even when it's not on speakerphone. And I hear her say, what you doing calling me at this time? I thought y'all be locked down at this time. He was like, I know. His face, look, I was watching his face through the silhouette of because I got a white sheet covering my face, like on the jump. You can kind of see like sometimes the shadow in the daytime, like his face was like, he was like, I know what Weezy got a phone. I'm like this, I'm looking, he don't know I'm looking. I'm like, he like, yeah, Weezy got a phone. She was like, Weezy got a phone. She was like, put Weezy on the phone. He was like, hey, bro. He came from the cut. He was like, hey, bro. My mama wanna holler at you. I'm like, for what, bro? He was like, man, look, holler at her, bro. I'm like, man, hold me down. So we switch spots. I get it behind the cut. He go hold the door down. Like, hello? She was like, I never got a chance to tell you my name. I was like, what's your name? She was like, Tammy. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I was just calling you your last name. She was like, nah, you make me feel old when you say that. Like, call me Tammy. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I was like, what's up, though? She was like, nah, I just wanted to tell you, like, you see, like, that's the first step you made. You just being good to my son, and I appreciate that. I'm like, all right, I appreciate you, like, you know what I mean? She was like, look, if y'all ever need help with anything, let me know. Like, just make sure he all right. I'm like, look, I ain't promising all that. So like, I let it go. You know what I mean? I let it go, man. You know what I mean? I let him finish talking about his mama. It wasn't nothing like that then. I'll say probably about a week later of him knowing about the phone, we in the junk chilling, man, and like Count was about to clear, and he was on the jack. So when Count was clearing, he got up. He was like, yo, look, bro. He was like, look, man, I'm going outside, bro. I was like, all right, that's what's up. I'm chilling, man. You know what I mean? So like he was kind of still on the phone as he was saying that, because Count, they came on the intercom and was like, Count clear. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm chilling. So he was like, hey, Ma, look, I'm about to dip, Ma. He was like, I'm about to dip, man. She was like, all right. So he gave me the phone. You know what I mean? So he got his stuff. He went outside. So bro go outside. I'm in the cell, y'all. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I'm chilling in the joint. It's word. Minding my business. I get up. I go stand on the chair. I'm like, see what's going on out here. You know what I mean? Watching the pod, seeing what's going on. I felt my joint vibrate. Pause. I'm like, joint vibrate. I'm like, I try to play it off. I'm like, ugh. I go back and see. I'm like, I look, it's bro mama. I'm like, hello? She like, oh, hey, baby, it's Tammy. I'm like, oh, how you doing, Miss Tammy? She said, what'd I tell you about calling me Miss? I'm like, all right. I said, how you doing, Tammy? She said, my son outside. I was like, yeah. She was like, look, cover your door. I was like, cover my door? She was like, yeah, cover your door. I was like, man, shh. I said, what you want me to cover my door for? She was like, look at these pictures I just sent you. I was like, pictures you just sent me? She was like, don't tell my son about these pictures. I was like, I damn near Al Bundy that joint up. Turn that joint this way. I'm like, look at it one more time. I said, Miss Tammy, what you got going on? She was like, look, nah, I know how to return favors. So you look out for my son, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm like, all right, but why you tell me cover my door? She said, because I want you to look at those pictures when I hang up. I'm like, I don't know, man. Your son, my roommate. She was like, look, he know I like young dudes. He know that. So like he can't control me. I'm the mama in this family. I'm like, yeah, you got a point. But I won't try to be petty, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. My word, I won't, y'all. So boom. I wasn't, man. But I promise y'all, man, she hung up. As soon as she hung up, couldn't go up game. I promise you, man. I was the #1 gunner. The #1. I promise. I had to be. How couldn't I, man? The lady just sent me some flicks. But naked game. Mom Deuce like this. Mom Deuce like that. I'm talking about all crazy. I'm on the flip phone blacking out. It was crazy, man. So I'm like, after I finished, y'all pause. I ain't gonna lie, I felt guilty. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I felt guilty for a lot of reasons, man. Cause I'm like, man, I rock with bro. But still though, you know what I mean? So I get myself together. I go take a shower before he come back. I go hop in the shower. Come back. Rex still ain't back yet, so I'm chilling. You know what I mean? He come back. He's like, what's good? He tried to come dap me up. I was like, then I thought about it as he was about to dap me up. I was like, bro, go ahead with that, man. He was like, oh, you pounding me up now? I ain't your bro no more. I was like, nah, bro, you good. I ain't want to dap him up because I was just being the #1. I couldn't dap him up. I couldn't, y'all. So I spared him with that joint, man. But we locked down. We in the joint kicking it like it's regular. I ain't want to say nothing about nothing, you know what I mean? So he actually used the jack again. So he get on the jack. I let him hold the jack. I never really used it at camp, so I let him use it. So he on the jump, and he talking to his girl, and he talking to his mama. You know what I mean? So he talking to his mama playing it off perfect like a pro. Like nothing happened or none of that. You know what I mean? Y'all already know I made sure I got rid of the flicks, all of that. You know what I mean? So everything is played out smooth. So he was like, hey, look, hey, bro, hey, look, my mama want to holler at you. My mama want to holler at you. I'm like, about what? She like, man, look, she gonna tell you. So I'm like, man. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So he give me the phone. Give me the jacket. I'm like, what's up? She like, look at you, your naughty self. You was naughty, won't you? Like, I'm trying to play it off, but she talking about that. I'm like, what you need? She was like, I'm trying to change this. So what you need? She was like, look, all right, look, this is what I'm saying. Look, I've been doing this for years now. Like, look, this one, and this is before scamming was scamming, y'all. Like, I promise y'all, like, this is before scamming was scamming game. This is before that. Like scam game is bananas now, y'all. But like, she was like, look, I'm gonna let you talk to my brother, let you talk to him on three-way. She was like, look, he had nod away, and I'm gonna let you talk to him on three-way. She was like, he ain't got no phone and nothing like that. So I'm like, talk to me about what? She said, look, it's about money. It's about money, baby. So I'm like, all right, what you talk about? She like, look, can you get some dudes to agree to let me run their names? Cause you know taxes about to come out. So like, I can run their names and I can run the names and I can get them right. Of course, I'm gonna get money off it, but they're gonna get money off it and I can split it with all of them and you can charge them and you can get a percentage and we all can win. So like somebody like me who's been to Lala my whole bid now, and like now times is changing now, man. Now it's like 2013 game, 2014 game, like it's around there. So times is changing and stuff. So I don't really know about the scam game, but I'm just like, I was like, all right, don't worry about everybody else. I was like, what about my name? I can give you my name. You want my name? She was like, yeah, of course I want your name. Yeah. What you think? Of course I want your name. I'm like, all right, well, look, that's a lot. She said, but look, I still want you to talk to my peoples. When he called, she was like, look, I was just giving you the, you know what I mean, the layout on the joint. Like, this is what I do around this time of year. So I'm like, all right, man. She was like, look, trust me. She was like, trust me, I got you, baby. I was like, all right, I'm saying, like, I'm gonna give you my joint and like, what's the kickback on the joint? She was like $12.50. I was like, $12.50? She was like, yeah. I was like, how much you want? She was like, I want half. So I'm like, I started doing the math. I'm like, okay, easy 6 and change. You know what I mean? 6 1/4 for basically nothing. I'm in the can. My name don't mean nothing, y'all. So boom. I was like, this with the calculator in my mind. I'm gonna go holler at bro. I know he gonna want to do it. He gonna want to do it too. I looked at it like I can make an extra 1,200 game. Why not? Because everybody gonna take my word just on the strength that they know I ain't selling the wolf tickets, man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes great opportunities comes to the great ones like this, man. So I'm just feeling like this could probably be my time. And I'm about to go holler at the bros, y'all.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.